And how did the garage phase of this thing look like? Because now you have the product, you have the idea of what you want. How did the building phase look like?
Well, the first 1,000 users was as hard as everyone said it was going to be.
Mhm.
We treated it more like a tech business and than say just a music product, which meant going down tech routes like Product Hunt and Silicon Beach Fest and a whole bunch of like things that you do if you're launching a tech product versus going on music messaging boards and doing it sort of through the musician community. That was a choice. I don't know if it was good or bad. All I know is it took about a year for us to push everything uphill until it got to a place where a few things started to click and we were confident spending money on advertising and scaling it pretty quickly. So I'll never forget that first year. I talk about it a lot. I reflect back on it a lot because I learned so many things from it and we moved so quickly. And I don't think we would have ever... So when I look around and look at the competition, a lot of apps and platforms that try to compete with what we do get stuck at around the 50,000 person mark. And then there's other ceilings, 100,000 people, 1 million people. And all of these ceilings exist for usually reasons to do with unit economics. But in the earlier stages, quite simply, no one wants to turn up to an empty party. So you need a platform that feels full. And getting past or getting through that challenge, especially with a global platform, and a geo-social network at that, where you can go to any city in the world and see how many users are on the platform. We just had to by hook or crook make it work, and that's where my work ethic probably played a healthy role in getting things going. But we did what everyone has to do who launches successful social platforms. We hit up people on Craigslist and said, here's the answer to your problem. We went to the people who were looking for the solution. So we just went to our customer, and that meant finding where they lived online and then letting them know that we existed, and then hopefully having a decent onboarding experience. And then once they arrive, having enough people to satisfy their interest. That's why I say the first year was a bit of a grind because we got quite good at onboarding new folks, but then often there weren't many people in the city that they were in. And so we had to kind of reach out to them and let them know that they were in the first 100 and how exciting that is. That's just part of starting a new platform. It's not fun. And when people say, would you do it all again? Probably not.